And we are back.
Welcome back, beautiful creatures.
Welcome back, family. Thank you for being here. It's going to be the last time you see us for 2 weeks. So we're going to be at Costa Rica doing the vacation thing, having a great time. It's going to be amazing. Wish you could be there. Some of y'all will be there. It'll be great.
Oh my goodness, that was so much.
How about that for some energy?
That was impressive.
Doing the thing.
Doing it.
You guys got us for a little bit tonight before we go home and finish packing. We are excited.
2 days, 3 days?
2, technically, because today's over with.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
So we're leaving early tomorrow night, Sunday night. We're going to drive up to Tampa and stay the night in Tampa, and then drive from the hotel that we're staying at to the airport early in the morning so we don't have to get up stupid early to drive up there. And we got like 4.5 hours of flight time. We'll be in Costa Rica on Monday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Gonna spend some time by the pool.
Yeah.
Is anybody else getting there early like we are?
I think Therapy is getting there early. I think Jay and Krista are getting there early. I believe Zach is getting there early. I could be wrong on Zach. But there will be a whole lot of people that'll be getting there early. So
I love that.
Yeah. He's making all the noise.
He is. I am getting a drink by the pool that day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Day one, huh?
Day one. I'm not getting drunk, but I need relaxation. Life has been a lot.
Yeah. Jay, will you and Krista be there early? A day early? Buff Bell said they'll be there the 26th around noon. So for you guys who are unaware of what's happening with Costa Rica, we're going to be there. This will be our second and third trip that we've done international with people who listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
First one was obviously Thailand. We have trip 1 happening in Costa Rica, from Monday to I think Saturday, and then Sunday to the 31st. It's gonna be wild. And then we have another one in Greece in 2026 if you guys want to go to Greece.
Yes, that is over half sold out.
It is.
I think we're down to like 10 or 11 spots.
11, and we haven't been pushing it very hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push the fuck out of it while we're in Costa Rica. Every time I post something on TikTok while we're out there and be like, hey guys, look, we're in Costa Rica. You could be fucking here with us next year in Greece, May 2026. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out, guys. We don't have anything planned. We're not doing emails. We are going to answer questions and just bullshit with you guys. Jay said they land Tuesday around 11 a.m. We have a red eye out of Vegas Monday, 4-hour flight to Atlanta, 3-hour layover. And then, so you guys are flying across the country just to fly back across.
Right. To go to the halfway point. Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Thanks, Death Clan. Can't wait to meet y'all in Greece. I'm going to be there if I have to hide in a suitcase. Belle, you're going to have a hard time fitting your ass into a suitcase. Yeah.
I think she could do it.
You think so?
Yeah, your Oakley bag?
My Oakley bag for sure.
All right, and that gets through the airport.
Yeah.
I based that judgment on, I bet I could fit in your Oakley bag, and Buff Bell and I are about the same size. So.
Taller than you, ain't she?
No, we're about the same height.
Danielle said, new follower here. I caught a reel this morning. Hard times on this heart lately, but happy to be here. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Thanks for giving us a chance. Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah. Muffy said, what are you guys most excited about? What are you most excited about Costa Rica, babe?
Oh, gosh.
You want me to pull up the trip, the itineraries?
The food. Oh, the food. It was so good in Thailand, and I love tropical... I don't know what kind of food they have in Costa Rica. I don't know if it's like...
I think
Caribbean food.
I don't know.
South American.
I think the bar was set really high on Thailand, so I don't know. Cheyenne asked if couples or single people can go on the Greece trip. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Lemon said for $1.99 super chat. Please be safe. I love you guys. We're gonna have a blast. For you guys who want or are single that want to go to these events with us. You will still have to room with someone unless you pay for a private room. Like you can pay for a single bed, or single bedroom. Like, obviously there'll be multiple beds if you're bunking with somebody, but, but yeah, you can absolutely go if you're single. We had a lot of people go last time who were. All right. So, Let's see what the first week's itinerary is. The first week is from the 20th to the 25th, so there's 5 days there. We end up going on the 19th though, because we have to be a day early. Because somebody asked what our most exciting thing is.
Okay.
It would be
dinner,
cool.
breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch. Hell yeah. I don't have to cook.
Okay, so on the first tour, for the first one for me, I think the guided night walk tour is going to be the big thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a 20-minute transfer to reach the night walk location. Then you embark on a walking tour that allows you to discover the wonders of the nighttime tropical rainforest when most wildlife species are active. During this 2-hour walk, you will learn about the natural history of the different rainforest species with a focus on nocturnal species such as frogs, insects, spiders, sloths, kinkajous, or possums, revealing a completely different perspective of the rainforest. Expect the walk to be around 1 mile on paved trail where you will encounter some stairs less than 100. You will be provided with flashlights to see in the dark. That's my most exciting thing for the first part of the trip for us.
I might. Oh gosh, I can't. You remember that picture that I think it was Buff Bill or somebody else in the Costa Rica chat sent of like a little
That cat looking thing?
marsupial? No,
Yeah.
not a cat.
Oh, I
It
don't.
looked like a flying squirrel kind of thing. It's a kinkajou, and it looks like he looks like a little bear with an anteater tongue.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I could take care of you. Okay, I'm putting the phone down. We're moving on.
Cheyenne said mermaids, mermaids, mermaids.
Yes.
Do we have a waterfall on the first trip or is that the second one?
I don't recall. I feel like that's the first trip.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the very first day. Well, it's the second day there. Day 2. The Poza Azul waterfall. Tara asked if you're bringing any crystals.
Yes.
Jenna said you stole a blanket. You can steal me a kinkajou. That's funny.
Yes.
So happy to be getting out of Vegas. EDC is making this place even crazier. What is EDC? Lemon said, question for Peaches. How did you get past the 1-year-old picky eater phase? My daughter will eat breakfast and dinner, but never lunch. She refuses to eat lunch. I just need advice on what to do. Why force her to eat?
Yeah, the kids can opt out of breakfast. They can opt out of dinner. Just know you're not getting a snack in between.
Right.
So if you're opting out of dinner for whatever reason, you're opting out of lunch, you are going to have to wait until the next meal.
Yep. That's it.
Our children, I wouldn't say they are picky eaters. They have certain preferences. There are certain feels in the mouth that it'll make them throw up or gag, and I'm not cleaning that up.
Yeah.
So I will cater slightly to tastes when I'm cooking. But no snacking. Our children are snackers.
Yeah. EDC is a rave, I guess, a big dance festival. Jenna said, I immediately went to Everyday Carry because of our Discord. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Electric Daisy Carnival. 500,000 visitors are expected. I started following that Electric Forest or whatever it's called that is in Ohio. It's like it's supposed to be like the replacement for Burning Man. It's a big thing like that. And I would like to be doing something like that soon, but Dakota said that he'll be here tomorrow. He'll be taking the van, taking the dogs away. So we'll have a whole day without dogs or kids. It'll be wild.
My gosh, no responsibilities.
Yeah. Taylor said, hi, Chris and Peaches. First live after becoming a member. Well, thank you for becoming a member.
Oh, hello.
Trish said, I'm looking at your website at the couples retreats. I'm wanting to know more information and cost, please. It's all on the website.
Yeah.
If you click on couples retreats, it's all listed. We have one in Florida that still has 2 spots left in June, and we have one in August in North Carolina that is got 1 spot left.
Mm-hmm.
It's $2,000 a room. That's for the couple. It's 2 people. Dinner and Friday night is included. Snack food throughout the day. Saturday is included, plus breakfast Saturday morning, which you guys will be cooking together.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, there is boudoir opportunities. If you guys would like to do a mini boudoir shoot with Buff Bell and her husband, that's a thing. But I would definitely recommend that you guys go and check that out. Brandon said, so I'm still trying to catch up on your podcast on Spotify, but I was wondering how I can become a patron. I've learned so much from everything I've listened, and I want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing. Just listening to you guys, I really feel has saved my relationship. You guys are the best. Well, thanks for the support. And if you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/to-be-better. Sign up on the $15 tier at the minimum. Like there's a $5 thank you tier and a $10 tier that gets you some early access, but $15 where Patreon really gets unlocked. And then everything above that gives you extra benefits. That $15 tier gets you the Discord, and that's huge. So
Lemon said, thank you, Peaches. I feel like a failure as a mother when she doesn't eat, and I'm trying to get over that.
Why would you feel that way? We have this weird like force your children to do shit they don't want to do, and if they're not hungry, they're not hungry, and forcing them to eat could create an eating disorder. So good evening from Denmark. It's so cool when people watch shit. Is this one shareable? Yes, it is. We are live on YouTube and Facebook, guys. Waiting on questions to come in so that we can problem solve or do something fun instead of just bragging about our fucking dope ass life. Ness said, I hope to have a relationship like you guys someday. You guys are amazing and keep up the fantastic content. You can have a relationship like us. It just takes work. Victoria said, just became a Patreon member the other day after being a listener for 1 year. Love
Welcome.
That. Taylor said, you guys have helped so much in my relationship as well. It has made me take accountability for my thoughts and how I react to my relationship. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Trish said, I'm really considering the retreats. I feel like my marriage is on a thin thread. I am needing anything to fix it because my husband is comfortable in the roommate phase. The retreats would be a great way to have people there. We will be doing 2 seminars, or like Saturday, we're calling them 2 seminars. Saturday is probably just gonna be a sit down where we hang out and problem solve with people all day long. But we will be going over I versus you, and we'll be talking about repair. But while we're there, if you guys have things individually that want to get brought up, we will absolutely cover those, and we'll work with you guys. It'll be in a group setting. It's not one-on-one shit, but you will have other people there who have very successful marriages that will be able to help problem solve.
Yeah.
Chloe Hill said that my sister had her very first good therapy session after I let her read Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. First great day in a long time for me. Thank you both for everything. Love that.
I love that too. That's fantastic.
Here's a fun one. Do you recommend living together before marriage?
Yes.
I actually do too. I saw something that Jordan B. Peterson said that, and I never looked up the statistics, but he said that statistically marriages do better if you don't live together first, if you just get married and then move in. But I disagree with that. I would rather get to know somebody's like quirks and know if I can tolerate living with them before tying the knot. Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
Scrolling. My boyfriend and I are looking at apartments and plan to apply to some places next month. Any advice for first-time movers in a relationship? I would sit down and start planning things out. The more you have planned, the better. That's my advice. I don't know y'all's life enough to really give you a whole lot on that, but Kimberly said, I want to brag on my life right now. Hubby is currently building our house pad for our house trailer, and my oldest got 3 awards today during awards.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Sierra asked if we're doing any photography on this trip. Are you doing any photography on this trip?
Oh, I was waiting for you to answer.
I'm not. I don't think I'm even going to bring my camera.
I'm bringing my camera.
Yeah. I haven't decided yet. If I'm being honest, I want to pack as light as I can so that I'm not fucking toting a bunch of shit around the airport. And like, it's always bothered my back carrying all that shit, but carrying it through the airport with the way my back has been, like I don't want to risk it.
Right.
So, Alice said, I just got my 3rd sale on Etsy. Woo. Love
Congratulations.
That. Aaron asked if we could meet anyone right now, dead or alive, who would it be?
I have no idea.
It's just such not an easy question.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind talking to Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
Gandhi would be a cool one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Caitlin said, I'm very excited for next week's episode of the Good Wives podcast since that is my email being read. My husband and I are about to read and discuss Chris's book. We have a question for Greece. We want to go, but wanted to know if we can bring our kids and have their Nana watch them during the seminars and such if we paid for them separately so it does not take up spots from you guys. Yes. What you would have to do is you would have to book your 2 trips, you and your husband through Trova Trip. And then you would have to find the hotels that we are going to be staying at and book separate hotels and flights for the Nana and your kids. Mm-hmm. And then they would just have to babysit while we're doing Trova Trip stuff so that it's not interfering with the group and what we're doing with the group and other travelers who are being there. So that is the answer. However, if you have the ability to leave the kids at home with Nana while you guys travel abroad, you can actually use that to get closer to your husband and have, reclaim intimacy in your life. Mm-hmm. That could absolutely be worked out.
They just won't be able to participate in the excursions.
Right. Yep. I'm single and love this podcast. Love that you love our podcast. Jay said, I'm considering bringing the camera, but with all the rain and then lugging it around doesn't sound like fun. Bringing a GoPro, though. If we bring our cameras are weather sealed because of what they are. So they could get a light rain and be okay, but you don't want to submerge them. So but I also know that with, we'll be bringing dry bags anyways. So if it starts raining hard, like we did in Thailand, you just dump the fucking cameras in the dry bag and wait for it to stop raining. Apparently it's not going to be like torrential downpour the entire time. It's going to be like it is in Florida where it rains every day for like an hour, just enough to make it really steamy, humid, and shitty outside.
Yeah.
Brandon said, I have 2 children with my ex-wife and the child support is crushing my income in the middle of starting my home remodeling business up and running. But until I can take over, I am continuing my employment. Doing this is taking a lot of time away from home. Any suggestions on how I can balance that much work with my family time? You have to prioritize one or the other. And then once you get to where you want to be, then you can back off and have it be the other way and you can find balance. But in the beginning, it's not like that. Starting a business is harder than having children. Mm-hmm. You get 0 free time. You're constantly putting out fires. You're constantly stressed out. You're always worried about finances. Like there's a lot that goes into running a business, especially in the beginning. How would you set boundaries with parents asking for money? They're classic, I'm your parent and you owe me for raising you type. They do help with the child care. You pay them for child care.
That's what I would do.
And then tell them you're not giving them shit. That I raised you and you owe me shit is manipulation and it's not even remotely funny. Even said in a joking manner, not funny. Caitlin said we want to do that and bring our relationship closer, even if it meant them having to come with and have their own vacation. And they could do that. Mykonos, where we're going in Greece, let me pull that up. Mykonos is kind of a big tourist town. Your kids will get to go on a huge ferry ride from Athens. They'll get to see Greece. I don't know how old your kids are. Let's see.
This is Costa Rica.
Is it? That's because I clicked on the wrong one. I'll just post Greece in the chat too so that everybody can see it. If you guys want to look it up, I just posted it in the chat. That's the trip description. I don't know why it always takes me to the other page. The trip description for Greece says, envisioning Greece evokes images. Here, will you read that, please?
Envisioning Greece evokes images of island adventures, ancient ruins, and vibrant turquoise waters. Your imagination aligns seamlessly with reality as you embark on a Greek odyssey, welcoming the day with a heartfelt Kalimera. Explore the rich history of Athens, where the Acropolis stands as a testament to the past, and then dive into a vibrant beach club scene of Mykonos. Immerse yourself in a city with a stroll through the Plaka and a captivating city tour. While in Mykonos, you'll have the opportunity to spend the day at the beach club, and go on a culinary exploration while exploring in its charming town. This curated itinerary is designed for the sophisticated traveler seeking a perfect blend of cultural immersion, historical discovery, and luxurious relaxation.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 11 spots left of that. And it includes, was it like 6 meals? Doesn't say on this page. It does include some meals.
6 breakfasts
2
and 2
dinners.
dinners.
Yeah. And we get an actual tour guide that's from the area, that knows the area really well.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are wanting to go to Greece, don't sleep on it, because when we start posting shit from Costa Rica, the trips it's gonna sell out. It's what happened in Thailand.
Yeah, Costa Rica, the first trip sold out before we left Thailand.
Right. Yeah. So much so that when we came back, we opened another one right after the week, so that we could continue selling spots to go and like have people do this shit with us. If you guys book through TrovaTrip and you put down 25% for Greece, it's $923 per person. You then have until February 9th of 2026 to pay the total balance, and there's no interest. So if you are wanting to do that, you can make payments towards it. And if you want to finance it through a firm, you can finance it through a firm as well. And financing through a firm, it's $231 a month if you qualify, which is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are bringing GoPros to Costa Rica. I can see Peaches meditating in the waterfall.
Yeah.
Gothic Princess is Peach okay? She looks exhausted. That was your vlog today. Life is exhausting right now.
Yeah.
We leave in 2 days for another country. We'll be gone for 2 weeks. We had the kids all week. We've had to deal with dogs. We've had to deal with fucking other family bullshit that we've got going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've had to deal with, I've had to deal with people that I'm moving and selling things to, and have people coming over this weekend to look into building shit. Like, it has been nonstop this week.
Yeah.
And we're finally, tomorrow will be no kids, no dogs after like 3 p.m.
Right.
And we'll be able to just fucking veg out until Sunday, and then we have to go to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I look pretty.
I think you're amazing. I think that there's a negative, you look exhausted, like that being added to like a negative connotation. There's nothing wrong with people being tired.
Right.
Everybody's living life, and like sometimes life kicks you in the fucking teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You can smile through it and you're still having a good time. It's okay to be tired. Sierra said, Chris and Peaches, my parents' marriage is on the line. My mom won't break bad habits, but holds my dad to fixing his. I'm wanting to share an episode to him. Which one would you suggest? Oh, God. I think that's a Jenny and Zach question.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the people that are part of our community have a better list of what we've done than we do. I have to think about that. I would say early content. I would just have them start at episode 1 and watch.
Mm-hmm.
The worst that's going to happen is they're not going to watch the content. The best that's going to happen is they're going to get addicted, realize that they love our podcast, and change their fucking lives.
Right.
So.
Or he's going to recognize that he doesn't have to live this way anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Taylor said, can I ask a question with being new to your lives? Absolutely. If you want to guarantee that we see it, send a super chat on YouTube. But yeah, you can. We'll be scrolling and picking things at random. Rebecca said, OG Watcher just got married last week. What top things would you recommend to practice within our new marriage that differs from what you do in dating? It depends on what your dating look like.
Yeah. Depends on what your relationship looks like.
Yeah. Were you brainstorming over there?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All I can hear is that blower out there. It's driving me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I would implement the check-ins right away. If you weren't doing those while you were dating, that needs to be implemented. If your dating looked like you guys were not living together and you guys were seeing each other whenever you did with sleepovers once in a while, and then you got married, moved in, you're buying a house, and you're doing the traditional like old school wedding scenario, there's a whole lot of things you would want to implement. But that's not how people live anymore. Everybody lives as if they're married before they get married. So at that point, you're really looking for things that you can do to make sure that you don't lose your intimacy, and don't fall into the roommate phase.
Don't put somebody else as a priority or a situation as a priority over your person.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that's a great one, which triggered mine. So my answer to that question would be to prioritize the marriage over family, which means that in-laws no longer have a say in what's going on in your lives. You guys need to put your in-house family above everything, and let the in-laws sort it out as they must. Any advice on approaching a conversation about a partner showing you that they deleted messages with another female who has a nickname in their phone? This has been a past issue. This has been an issue in the past. What do you think of that? That's a rough one, because you're going to have to call somebody on their shitty behavior.
Why did he show you the deleted messages? Because that's a green flag to me.
Well, it says on approaching a partner about approaching a conversation about a partner showing you that they, okay. I misread that. In my head, they had found that, like, you know, message deleted, message deleted, message deleted. If this is not an issue now, why bring it up? If this is one of those things that you guys have already had a conversation about in the past and it's been resolved, I think the bigger issue is, why do you have a somebody in your phone under, like, of the opposite sex with a little nickname? Like, that would bother me. It's petty, but it would bother me.
It would bother me too.
Like, why you don't get to call other people cute names? You call them by their government name. I am everything else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The deleting messages thing is a problem too, though, because if they're deleting shit, it's because they're trying to hide stuff.
Being sneaky.
Right.
Little snake.
What's your thoughts on that, babe?
I need more information.
Okay.
I'm not doing cute little nicknames. If I am going through your contacts to call my third cousin because my phone died, and I see Daisy Catcher, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'm the Daisy Catcher of your life. Yeah.
Buff Bell said they're going to book when they get home. I hope you mean by when you get home today and not after Costa Rica, because you might sleep on that. That shit might not be there.
It's not a sales tactic, guys. We're being dead ass.
This is for real. When we left Costa Rica, or we left Thailand, and Costa Rica 1 was sold out on the plane home.
Yeah.
And we had to open another trip to make it so that more people could come and, like, do an extended stay in Costa Rica. This shit will sell out while we're out there. All it's going to take is us posting our, like, vacation shit on Instagram and TikTok. I think that people think it's a scam. Like, people who have not been here long enough think that we're just going to go out there and it's going to be like some weird, like, class thing.
Do you remember that Fire Festival debacle? Some millionaire kid was going to throw the festival of the century and have all these super badass artists, and, like, people were spending thousands of dollars on wristbands and spots and, like, food passes and all these other kinds of things, and they show up and they had, like, FEMA tents set up.
Wow.
They were paying for, like, lodges and bougie yurts, and
wow.
The food that they got provided was like a tomato and lettuce sandwich. And all of their luggage was stuck in shipping containers.
That's rough.
Yeah, they were out there in the middle of the night sorting through their shit, and, like, fights were starting to break out and there was no security there. Yeah, it was a mess.
We also have 4.9 stars reviewed on Trova Trip. So, like, if you guys want to go and look at the reviews from our previous trip, they're there.
Yeah.
There's actual testimony from the couples who came last time. Taylor said, what are the most overlooked or misunderstood forms of help that partners think are supportive, but actually cause a disconnection and resentment over time? I think the biggest and misoverlooked is the way that you apologize. I'm sorry you feel that way. I didn't intend for that to happen. What are the other ones? These are phrases that everyone on the planet has fucking said, and it just completely devalues and negates everything that's happening in the moment. When somebody comes to you with a problem, I'm guilty of that. I'm sorry you felt that way. And I mean that. Like, I hate that you feel like that. Everyone, that's what they mean by that. You know, assuming that they're genuine, it sucks to feel the way you're feeling right now, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's genuine. However, if you said, and this is going to tie into it wasn't my intention, because that's also one that I'm very guilty of saying, because nobody wants to hurt their person. Nobody's going out of their way to be mouthy
Malicious,
or
yeah.
right. Like, and if they are, then you're in the wrong relationship. But sometimes shit happens. And there's better ways to word those things. Instead of saying, I'm sorry that you feel that way, you could say, if I was in that situation, that would have really hurt. And I really dropped the ball there and I'm sorry. Right? Like there's better ways to word it. In the moment, it's really fucking hard to find it because you feel like shit that you made your person feel like shit and everybody just sucks right now. Right? And then it wasn't my intention. There's better ways to word that too, but I'm drawing a blank right now because I'm hung up on the I'm sorry thing. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but scrolling down, we've been running our mouths. What's your advice on going no contact with a physically, emotionally, and mentally abusive and neglectful parent? I've tried going no contact, but got told I have a victim mindset. Well, if you went no contact, then you would have been able to be told shit. If you don't live,
probably from other family members.
yeah, well, fuck them.
Y'all can suck my dick.
I'd write them off too.
Yeah.
This is real easy, guys. Nobody has to live your life but you. And all the manipulation and all the hate and ugly and judgment and shame and all of that bullshit that other people throw into your life, you're allowing it to happen. The moment you stop allowing that to happen, you will finally get to live the life that you dream of, instead of the life that other people expect you to live.
Right.
If people are bringing bullshit and ugly and hurt to you, gotta wrap that up. Can't have that in my life.
Right.
I got one opportunity in this world while I'm on this planet to make the best existence I can. And right now you're fucking up my existence. And until you can learn to operate on my playing field, to be in my life, I can't have you here. It's as simple as that. I'm not bringing drama and ugly into your space. I expect you not to do the same to me. And if you can't honor that, then we can just talk on the phone every once in a while, or I'll see you at family reunions because this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
And if that makes you a victim or makes you selfish, then be the victim and be selfish. You'll be a whole lot fucking happier not having people in your life that's being abusive. Not about that shit.
I saw somebody say they would be interested in the traveling trips if we went to North Korea. I'm never going to North Korea.
Yeah, why would we go to a communist country?
Never going to North Korea. I cannot remember the gentleman's name. He went there on a trip with his school, I think. And there was very grainy footage of a tall dude taking a poster off a wall. They blamed it on him. He came back brain dead.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not.
Yeah. We're also not going to try to book a trip to just cater to one person. We put out, there's surveys that go out, and we try to pick within the top 5. So that whole checking debate is what's hurting me and my wife's relationship right now with her working on the road. It means there's no trust. Somebody's done something to break in the trust. Check-in debate. Is that what that was? Oh, the check-in debate.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't know what the check-in debate is, but maybe they're arguing about doing our check-ins.
Maybe.
All right, I'm scrolling all the way down to the bottom. Oh, there's a super chat. Abby said, just want to shout out Tank and Tom. His last day at his current employer was today, and he starts with his new company on Monday. I'm so proud of this man. I can't fit it all into one chat. He's the best. I love it when I see people fawning over their person and holding them up. You want to read that one?
From Lindsay, sent my fiance, who is in the whole currently your book. Said it was exactly what he needed to hear in his life and started the challenge. Love you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm very curious to see what happened when he writes his eulogy. For those of you who don't know, I wrote a book. It came out in January. It's called No One's Coming to Save You. You can find, I think there's 3 signed copies left on the website, tobebetter.com, or you can buy it on Amazon. And my new book is called You Are Not Broken. That comes out on August 15th. And you can pre-order that on our website as a signed copy and get a PDF now. So if you want to read it ahead of time, you can. But that won't come out until later this year. RGS on a super chat said, after starting the podcast, I left my abusive partner, paid off my house and car all before 24. Thank you for the advice. Holy shit.
Congratulations.
It's huge. You want to read that long one?
This is from Bethany on Facebook.
Looks like it's just a thank you.
You guys helped me with how to spot a narcissist, and I went through a lot of abuse and past trauma I had with my ex-boyfriend. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out if I was the problem in the relationship. My daughter was born in March of 2020 and he changed immediately. He mentally abused me and would accuse me of cheating on him almost every day. He questioned our daughter and told me I wasn't allowed to go to grieve over my bio dad anymore because I was a mother. And moms are not allowed to grieve. My dad died when my daughter was a month old and I was his oldest, so I had to make very hard decisions. My ex stole money from me that I had saved up for my daughter. When I saw one of your videos on Facebook about narcissistic people, I felt so much better knowing that I wasn't alone. I found myself again and helped me be a better person, and I want to say thank you.
It's crazy that we are, you remember in year one, we were trying to just problem solve everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like we both had a really hard time telling people like, you should leave your relationship. The first time that we were like, this isn't it, you should leave. We were both like we felt guilty about it.
Yeah.
And like, we got in a Discord and we're like, hey guys, we just had to blah, 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 blah. And like, we processed it and talked it out with a couple of people that are in our lives. And like, ultimately not every relationship is meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And some people aren't good for each other. And situations like this, reading somebody was like, you know, I started watching your podcast and it ended my relationship. We're like, fuck, hopefully it was a good end, you know, and there was a reason for it. Taylor said, question for Peaches, how did you balance work life and family time as a single mom? Recently becoming a single mom of 2, I'm going to be working from home.
I did a lot of self-care after the kids went to bed. A lot of Taco Bell in the bathtub. Yeah.
You want to hear something really stupid?
What's that?
I can't believe I'm about to say this to you, especially on the fucking podcast. I have this mental image of you in your underwear on that brown couch in your apartment doing bong rips.
Yeah.
And it's just the sexiest thing to me.
It's pretty accurate.
It like I wish that we may have to just go and find a brown couch like that to like take the picture.
Okay.
So that I can have it shown, but like that's a thing for me. Like every single time you talk about self-care, like when you had the kids and them going to bed, that's what I picture in my head.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot.
I mean, I would honestly be doing that in our house right now if we didn't care for the smoke, but that was my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Topless, taking rips, hacking and dying, and then watching Rick and Morty. Oh, you know, I had a thought the other night that the Tuttle Twins show is what Rick and Morty would be if they had a loving grandparent.
Isn't Rick and Morty? I've never watched an episode of Rick and Morty, but isn't that supposed to be Doc and Marty from Back to the Future?
No.
Oh.
They get made fun of for that. Like, there's a lot of comparisons, but it's a really intense show.
Demi said, I found the podcast 1 year ago today, and I'm on episode 243, season 2, episode 43. I'm catching up slowly but surely.
Thanks for being here for a year.
T and Tara said 100% the podcast ended the relationship I was in at the time and it set me up for success this time.
Beautiful.
Friday afternoons are definitely not the time to do podcasts or do live streams.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking slow in here today. Only 40 people watching on Facebook.
I'm getting really excited for my vegetable lo mein.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some chicken.
I just got a UPS shipping notification from. Oh, that's not for us.
From Spring Allison, she just became a member for 23 months. My babies are grown now, but I am totally down with the Taco Bell in the tub. Y'all have an amazing time in Costa Rica. Be safe. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Taco Bell in a bathtub sounds amazing.
Tailoring Life said, I found your podcast after I'd already ended a really bad relationship and I was spiraling down. You guys lifted me back up. And now you're a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
Right? Like you came to Thailand with us. You're going to Costa Rica and Greece.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking cool.
I love it.
Leonora said, probably should be Lenora, but gapped. I don't know. Stopping by to say that I am happy to see that y'all are going to Costa Rica. I remember you saying you wanted to go too. Thank you. Finally, witnessing a true, healthy, and happy couple has helped so much.
Thank you for that.
Alice said, I have set boundaries for myself. You two make me think so much about everything I have gone through, and now life is improving. I love that. Gothic Princess said, I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify that when I said Peaches looked exhausted, I did not mean it in a malicious manner. She's beautiful being, beautiful being, and I appreciate her and her advice.
Thank you.
Mad Moose said, went out to eat with the family the other day, put my hand on my wife's knee under the table. I thought she was going to jump onto the table. Iggy said, can I ask when we'll start getting more specific ideas for the domestic retreats this summer? I'm dying from the excitement. All the information's up there. Your old man is the one who put it on the website. The domestic retreats are the couples retreats that we're doing. June and August. Those are the only two that we have. And they might be the only two that we do. We may not do anymore.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them is sold out. Like I expected the Florida one to sell fucking quick.
Yeah, with the high demand for domestic retreats, I am really shocked that.
Yep. Yep.
It is what it is.
You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you do. Thank you for that. Grillin said, Grillin Pirate Pete. Summertime, Fridays, family's getting stuff ready and waiting for dad to get home before heading up north on mini weekend vacation. Leia Nora. There you go. Is the trip for couples only? Nope. They're not. Everything is for whoever wants to come, especially all of them are like that. The domestic ones that we do that are listed as couple retreats, you're paying for the room. So if there's two of you coming, the $2,000 for the weekend isn't really that big of a deal. It might be for you, I don't know. But if you're one person and you're paying for a room and it's still $2,000, that hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But the trips where we go into Costa Rica and go to Greece and the things that we do internationally, those are whoever wants to go. On Thailand, I think we had 4 people show up by themselves.
Yeah.
So
4 or 5 people.
Yep. Lemon said, is it toxic for a parent to say your feelings are not my responsibility to a teenager? I'm asking again because it was missed. Thank you for reading my question. It depends on the conversation. If that's just a statement that's made in an argument and nothing else is said, that's toxic as fuck. Parents' job is to regulate the child and to teach them how to emotionally regulate. So yeah, there's a lot more information that needs to be there. If your feelings are not my responsibility, you need to learn how to regulate. Take some deep breaths. We're going to woo-saw. We're going to punch a pillow, whatever it is that we have to do. And that's a conversation. It's very different than your emotion. Your fucking feelings aren't my problem.
Right.
Right. My friend asked how you determine being supportive of a man rebuilding his life and not being the one rebuilding it for him. Well, that speaks to allowing somebody to shine and fucking doing it all.
Oh, that sounds like mothering to me.
It does.
I do like I'm a lot more hands off now with the children than I ever have been with them because they're becoming young adults.
Yeah.
They're not in diapers anymore. I want them to be self-sufficient and independent. Our daughter used the deep fryer the other day.
Yeah, I saw her standing on her stool. He's standing there next to her while she was doing it.
Yeah, she cooked us dinner.
Yeah.
And I understand that there's a nurturing in that. You want to be helpful and help ease the load of the person. Ultimately, you're going to make them weaker if you do that.
Right. Well, and there are people out there who just want somebody to take care of them.
Right.
And if she's got a man that doesn't want to actually do the shit and she's trying to push him to do it, he's only doing it because she's pushing for it. And when that want to do for her goes away, she's going to find herself in a shitty situation because he was only doing it to make her happy. And eventually that's going to not matter as much.
Yeah.
So, will there be couple retreats in the U.S. next year? As of right now, the only thing that's planned for next year is Greece. If these 2 domestic couple retreats don't sell out, there will not be another domestic retreat because we have to pay for that out of pocket.
Yeah, and we have other things to do with our time.
Right. Costa Rica, Greece, all of the Trova trip things that we're doing, we don't pay out of pocket for everything. It's all done as people book.
Right.
So we don't have to float the bill. We had to come out of pocket almost $12,000 for these two domestic retreats. And I don't want to do that again, especially if we're going to lose money on it. It's not worth it to me.
Right.
So. Kimberly said, I walked away from someone not willing to improve himself for himself because of your podcast. Now doing more of the work on myself with y'all while I heal and move on. Love that.
I love that too.
Any chance you guys would ever do a step parent episode? I'm feeling the struggle. Haha. Actually, we talked about this 2 days ago. We want to do a whole co-parenting thing. And that we should actually plan that episode and do bullet points of things to talk about and then discuss, because the step parenting thing is hard.
Yeah.
I don't think that people realize, for people who have custody of their children that meet a new person and that new person has to step into a role of a caretaker and has to deal with not only the new person that they're with, but dealing with the children and all of that. Like it's a fucking lot. And then when you add in the issues of the other person behind the scenes, like the person who's no longer in the picture, it makes it even fucking worse. So yeah, maybe we should add that to the list. Step parenting, co-parenting and step parenting in one episode. Peach and Belle's note to their 16-year-old self helped me unpack and realize so much of myself. When I watched it, it healed more for me than anything I've ever tried before. That's fucking gangster. You guys are healing people, babe. You living that healer life over there.
Yeah. How long do you want to be on today?
I don't know. We haven't even made it an hour yet. The more that we have things to do, the less hungry I am. Because us doing this is making me not think about how hungry I am.
I'm hungry. My stomach is over here making audible noises.
Mine's been doing it too.
Yeah.
Veronica asked if there's age requirements for the retreat. You have to be over 18. We're not trying to babysit. Specific details for the seminar part, like what the seminar will look like. We are going to have conversations on I versus you, where people can chime in and give us examples of arguments that they've had in the past and how they would have to word that better. And we are going to get into repair quite a bit. I think that because we've beaten the I versus you thing to death, it shouldn't take very long to have that seminar, but it seems like every time we start to do it, it always devolves into other things.
Yeah.
So Saturday will be 2 conversation planned, but I think that after breakfast, we'll do one, relax for a little bit. After that, have lunch, and then just go right back into it. And then Saturday night, we'll just hang out, maybe DoorDash a big meal, whatever. Were you serious about wanting the 30-page email? I mean, if it's really well detailed and well done, sure. Gotta go now. I need to study to pass my final exam on the 19th, 22nd, and 26th. Meeting you in Greece is my biggest study motivation right now. I love y'all and hope you have so much fun in Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Lemon said that was the exact situation, Chris. Thank you for validating me. You're welcome. That's crazy. It's already time for Costa Rica. I hope y'all have such an amazing time. Thank you for that. We can go for another 15, 20 minutes and wrap up if you want, babe.
We can keep going if you want to. I just want to get a time frame.
Scroll down here and catch back up. Belle said, I want to talk about the importance of intimacy and avoiding the roommate phase during a workshop. We can add that to it. That's a good conversation to have. I mean, we're going to be there. You think about it, like seminars are normally an hour or 2. We're going to be with you guys in a cabin for 3 fucking days. It's a whole lot of conversations that should be had during that time frame. And like you guys will be staying with us. Like we'll all be in one house for a weekend. So that's for the domestic trips. Tennessee T and Tara said, should there be a time limit or expectation set for as far as him getting a car or helping with bills? That would depend on the situation. It would depend on what he's doing, right? Like if he's somebody that is, I'm not trying to help somebody that I'm just dating and get a car.
Right.
Like, it's just not a thing, right? If you were, I would help a friend get a car before I got some new person that I just met that I, met from Tinder that I'm now trying to date. Like I don't have a relationship with them yet. Like I'm still trying to build that.
Right. If
they've known each other for a long time and they're dating and he's been paying off debts and trying to climb out of a hole that he dug himself into, there's a lot more leniency there or leeway than there would be if they just met 2 weeks ago and he's like, hey, can you help me pay my car note? No, I can't fucking help you pay your car note.
Right.
This is not the International Bank of Chris and Peaches. Like, right? He said, I'm so excited to go and hang out with you guys. Belle, do you go on any of the trips with Chris and Peaches? Belle will be on. She'll be in Costa Rica. She'll be doing both of the domestic retreats with us and should be in Greece if she can make that booking happen. My ex told me I was sad because I felt that I was unattractive. I wasn't attractive when he cheated on me. That it was sad that I thought I wasn't good enough. Well, then why did he cheat on you? If he believes you were good enough, why did he cheat? I know that's a horrible thing to say because you're obviously going through it, but you got the wrong fucking person. Daniel said, love y'all's podcast. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think how to save it after roommate phase 2. So many turn to the pod because they're already there. I agree with that. A lot of the people that do listen to the podcast are in a shitty relationship. And sometimes it's not the roommate phase. Sometimes they're just existing together. There are a lot of people who genuinely don't like their person.
Right.
But they don't have it. They believe that they don't have an out. That they can't live the life that they're living if they don't stay because of finances. Or what about the kids? And what about all of the shit that I've acquired? If you're unhappy, you're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
All of that shit that you've acquired isn't making you happy. It's just stuff. Divorce and moving on was the best fucking decision I could have made in my life. My life is so much better. Not saying that you guys should do that. I'm just saying that, the previous metaphor. That was not, everybody get divorced.
Right.
Is the Florida Airbnb on the beach? I don't think it's directly on the beach, but it's close. It's close. You would be able to drive to it in less than 15 minutes. Peach, do you have an issue with putting too much pressure on yourself? What advice can you give me on how to chill the fuck out about it? From Thin Mint. That's a good question. I'm curious to your answer to that.
Yeah. There are times when I do put a lot of pressure on myself. I stop what I'm doing. If I recognize that I have taken on too much and I am trying to make everything perfect, I stop and I do nothing. And I go and I sit on the couch and I watch TV or I scroll on my phone for a little bit and I take a break.
I'm a big believer in procrastination leads to failure, but that's not procrastination. So this is, I guess you would call it the balance in all of this. You can't go at 110% all the fucking time. Right. Your engine's going to blow. There are things that need to get done. And there's a whole lot of things that can wait until tomorrow or next week or 3 months from now, or really don't even matter that much that you're just thinking you need to do. You adjust accordingly. If you're fucking running on fumes, you shouldn't be taking on big tasks.
Right.
You need to recharge. I hate to say this, but the retreats that we're doing and the traveling and shit is what charges our batteries. And if you guys are go all the time and you're not taking the opportunity to have vacations, you're fucking killing yourself. We're not meant to work and die. Like, we're supposed to experience this life that the creator gave us to fucking, like, here, I made this for you. Go enjoy it. I got it. I'm gonna go get a job, pay taxes, and never fucking travel and fucking hate my spouse. Thanks, God.
Right.
Right? Like, that's not what we're here for. She said she has not been added to the retreat in Discord. I'll have to take care of that tonight when I get home.
Isn't it sent out through email?
I send it out after people book. But we were live the last time she booked, and I never thought about it. She's in our Discord though. It's just a matter of adding her over there. What's the majority of topics you get emailed about? I'm going to guess cheating, a problem that they didn't even communicate with their partner, and money.
I'm going to disagree. Outside influences.
Yeah. And in-laws, I think, are probably our two biggest.
Yeah.
So
lack of communication, not even communicating the problem, but a big part of communication is understanding, and a lot of people lack understanding because they're selfish.
if you add emotional cheating as cheating, I would say that it's definitely in the top 3.
Yeah.
Money is not a big one. We do get emails about it, but I think in-laws would stack higher than money. And yeah, lack of communication is a big deal. How can I gently tell one of my best friends that I want her to get healthy, being 5 foot tall and 240 pounds and sick all the time? Every time I say something, she blames PCOS and having BPD. And I get it, but I want to, I'm assuming, help. Ultimately, you can't make people change. In that situation, I would just say,
I would keep my mouth shut.
I would say I love you and I hate seeing you kill yourself.
Yeah.
And you are. By making the decisions that you're making, you're slowly killing yourself. And you're my best friend, and I want to live as long as we can and have a relationship forever. But I fear I'm going to end up spending half of my life without you in it because you're not willing to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But you can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah. I would stop bringing it up if an excuse is made every time. Somebody has to want to change their circumstances.
Yeah. Yep. Mike said, finally caught you guys live. Love your podcast and wish I found it before my now ex-girlfriend with BPD had a split and moved back home with her family after being with me for almost 2 years. I have learned so much that I could have done better watching you. Fucking love that. Bethany said, I feel like I can never have a moment to myself to just stop. There's not enough time in the day. That means you're not taking care of yourself. Where's your self-care? That sounds like I need to get a journal or a calendar, like a day planner, and have my shit planned out. 7 a.m. wake the kids up, get them ready for school. 7:30 a.m. give the kids breakfast. 8 to 8:30 we're driving them to school.
Yeah.
And you run down that shit, and it's somewhere between 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night, you have a blocked out hour for whatever the fuck you want to do. Go take a bath, go to the gym, go walk around Starbucks or go to Starbucks, whatever it is that makes you happy, and fucking don't go, well, it's 5:58 and the kids aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, so I can't go.
Right.
You're scheduled at 6, be like, all right, husband, high five. I'll be back in an hour. My time. Yep. I never got your email about shirts. So you're going to continue waiting on those until I see that email. It never came through. My husband has been struggling with being extremely burnt out at work. Yesterday, I asked how he's finding the motivation to keep going, and his response was, knowing is coming to save me. There's so much that can be said in all of that. So she's also said, thank you. You're welcome. You need to find some things to do to take some shit off of his plate. Like I said earlier, you can't run at 110% all the time. Your husband's going to crash. And it's going to crash in places other than his work environment. Because he's doing what he's doing to provide and do the things that he has to do. So it's going to look like falling asleep on the couch before dinner. It's going to look like not having the energy for sexy time. It's going to look like not having emotional moments where you're going to crack a joke and he's not going to laugh at it because his brain is not there. Right? So you need to find something to do that you can just take a little bit off of that plate, carry his shield for a little while. Between full-time work, all the house chores, kids supporting every financial need of the home, all while trying to leave a narcissist, my self-care is at the bottom of the list.
Sometimes life is going to be that way.
Yeah, well, right. You're trying to leave a narcissist. That should be your fucking primary concern. Yeah. You get a whole lot of self-care after that. How can I listen and be more empathetic to my partner? By asking what they need and actually listen, right? Like actively listen. So here's a question, Shannon, since you're the one that asked that question. Do you know what it means to actively listen? I'll wait for an answer to that because a lot of people don't. Stacy said, I feel like my battery is always on zero. My husband works 12-hour days, 5 days a week, and have 3 small children. And the days he does have off, we have so much to do. It's insane. And he does help as much as he can when he's here. I'm not sure there's much we can change right now in this season of our life to slow things down. You get a babysitter one night a week. Or you find, maybe get a nanny during the daytime, or you have a family member come over and help. There's things that you guys can do. You just got to think outside of the box. Kyle sent a $10 super chat that said, I wanted to say thanks for the voice of the broken. I'm working on an email for it and wouldn't have been able to work through a lot without the conversations there. Thanks for being that voice. I appreciate that super chat coming through when it did, because I have been very heavily considering not doing voice of the broken anymore. So that was very good timing. Shannon said, shut up and keep opinions to myself. So you don't know how to actively listen.
That's very spiteful and angry.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah. So actively listening is removing your ego from the conversation. If your person is going through something and like they start unloading, the first thing you need to do is say, are you looking to vent right now, or do you want to problem solve together, so that I know which thinking cap I need to put on to be there? And then you need to ask questions that allows them to dive deep as fuck into what they're going through. That's active listening. If somebody says something to you like, I'm having a really hard day at work, and you go, yeah, work sucks, I get it. You just shut them the fuck down. Mm-hmm. Well, what about your work is so stressful right now? And then they go a little bit further and, oh, well, I've got this new boss that's riding my ass all the time, and I've got 3 projects that need to get done. Oh man, that sounds like a lot. What are the 3 projects? You allow them to work through things, and then you start asking questions that could guide them towards the answers, because most people already know what they need to do. Most of us fucking are very acutely aware of what we need to do to fix our lives. We just don't want to do it because we're afraid of the change that will come of it. But having those conversations, that's no different than what a therapist does. They probe and they get you to continue talking, because that's what helps you process through your shit. But you have to actively listen, and you have to remove yourself from the equation to get to that point. I started journaling, like you said, too, in your latest book. It's been an additional energy wipe, and I don't know why. Are you doing it in the morning or at nighttime? I find that when I'm like hardcore on my journal kicks, I do it first thing in the morning. Either after a workout, like while I'm drinking my protein shake, or when you're gone with the kids, because that's my quiet time in the house to do all the things that I need to do. Please continue with VOTB. It's a great insight and very much appreciated. The problem is it's not doing anything. It's not gaining ground, and people don't want to fucking hear people's misery. They want to hear the misery to the come up and like the greatness afterwards. And they want to problem solve and do the thing. And I just don't I feel like I'm missing the mark on it. The voice of the broken going away is totally a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm doing enough, or that it's doing enough to justify wasting my time on it when I could spend that hour with you or the kids, or recording more content for To Be Better, because I know that's fucking hitting the mark. Like, it's just one of those things that it needs to take off. And maybe that means I need to give it more time and attention. I don't know, but Demi asked if there's an audiobook for No One Is Coming to Save You. Not yet. That's something that I'm going to get done when we get back from Costa Rica, even if I have to record it myself. I'm waiting for your book in the mail as I type this. That's awesome. If you bought the signed copy, those all went out yesterday. If you ordered from Amazon, I have no idea. She said at night, I don't have time in the morning. Bethany said at night, she's journaling at night, I don't sleep well, and I have to be up at 5 a.m. every day and don't get to bed until 9 or 10. That's probably why you're tired, because at that point, your brain is done. Mm-hmm. You only have so much energy and so much battery life throughout the day.
Yeah.
Maybe do it while you're eating lunch. Here's a thought. Actually sit down and eat your lunch. Don't stand there next to the water cooler at work. Don't fucking hang out with the kids. Don't sit in front of the TV. Go somewhere and disconnect. Put your phone down. Eat and read. Right? Or read and journal. Take 15 minutes. Go eat your lunch outside in a courtyard or in your backyard or on your back patio or whatever the thing is. Take that extra little bit of time to really recharge. You're nourishing yourself when you eat. You should be doing it not just, for your digestive system. It should be, for your soul. Grisella said, what does that takeoff look like for Voice of the Broken? I don't know. I would like to see that. I would like to see the Voice of the Broken videos do better or as close to what the main To Be Better videos do. And I just don't think it's going to happen. We moved everything from the Voice of the Broken channel to the To Be Better channel because we have more followers here, hoping that that would get it more traction. But those videos don't do well. So Jay said, and if you work from home, don't eat lunch at your desk, go to the kitchen table. Yep. I sit at my desk and eat lunch. LOL. I need to take an actual break from work. Yeah, you should be doing that when you eat. You look like you're getting antsy.
Huh?
You look like you're getting antsy. You want to wrap up?
We can. I feel like I'm just sitting here.
Well, I mean, I could stop talking and you can read these. I'm just trying to be distracted. TN Terra said, if it wasn't too taxing, I would love to hear Peach's take on Voice of the Broken emails. How she views those from a wife's perspective. That would be kind of cool.
We can do that.
Having you react to one of my videos or one of the Voice of the Broken videos. Amy said, I am excited that we have a Voice of the Broken email and a thank you email from both of us that are almost finished. Love that. What you doing?
Relaying stuff to the other parent.
Well, we can wrap up. We did an hour. It's something. Go home and watch TV.
Okay.
Be bums for the rest of the night.
I think we have a new episode of The Last of Us to watch.
We have an episode of Friends and Neighbors.
Oh, dope.
For sure. But I think Last of Us is Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we watched that last episode of Last of Us. We didn't really watch it. We put it on and did a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah, I may have gotten bored of it.
I'm very bored of that show, but
I'm gonna order my lo mein vegetables and chicken.
Can you wait so that I can look and see if there's something that I can drink from there?
Yeah.
All right, guys, with that being said, we're going to wrap up. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are going to be in Costa Rica for the next 2 weeks, so there will be no more live streams until we get back in June. There might be a week of downtimes where there's no live in June as well because we will be moving studio to the house if we have internet.
Yeah.
And we are going to continue doing what we always do, guys. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for being here. Thanks for giving us a chance beyond being triggered.
You look like you're caressing your boobs.
Oh my gosh, they're my knees, I promise. I have them stuffed in.
And you even had your fingertips going.
My nails feel good on my kneecaps. There's elephant skin here, and this is exfoliating in a sense.
That's funny. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys. These aren't my tits, I promise.